Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Yoshiman. Last time we've dueled against Weevil Underwood, we lost that duel, but we've won against, Grandpa Abakura. And this time we're going to duel against another blurry face. Oh, it's Ishizu Ishtar. I am Ishizu Ishtar. My family has sworn to protect the Millennium items. I must not lose if I am to change our 3000-year destiny. I think she's high on drugs, let's be honest. So yeah, don't do drugs, kids, otherwise you will spat out some, mythological bullshit. Also, I shouldn't swear as much in my videos. I mean, swearing is fine, but don't overdo it. I feel like I'm overdoing it, especially when I'm raging. And she uses Dark Hole, which is quite nasty. I also forgot to edit my deck, which I will do after this duel. I have this one ghoul with an appetite, and I really want to use it. I'm going to set this face down, leave it at that. Also have negated deck, so sort of revealing light. What? Okay, that's a kind of a weird play. And why would she do that? You know what Ceasefire does? It flips all face-on monsters face up and it gets the effect of them. Flip effects are not activated, which means Magician Fates, her own monster, did not get activated. But it doesn't really matter though, but yeah, it does matter because she could have a Dark Hole in her hand. But at least get those damage on my ass. But yeah, it's not a very smart move. Quite dumb, actually. I will summon Skull, and that's actually nice because when Senga is sent to the graveyard, I can search for a monster with an attack with 1500 attack or less. I said attack twice, so fuck. I'm not very good at speaking at the moment. I'm just baffled at her bad play. Monster Reborn, oh, the Dark Magician, and she's not going to do anything with it. Okay, that's mildly bad, but not as bad. I mean, I still have negate attack to protect me if things going crap. Giant Rat. I will activate the effect of Giant Rat to search another Giant Rat. So yeah. Okay, multiply. I have so many dead cards. It's unbelievable. I'll set this defense position. And Swords of Reveal Knight has been destroyed. Which is good. Oh. I will want to special summon something. I will special summon the Sleeping Lion! Torrential Tribute, that's a bit of an odd play. Jesus Christ, what is this? Amateur hour? Now I have to work with this hand. Well, I can change of heart one of their upcoming monster if she tries to attack with it. I still have negate attack to protect me, which is good. Oh, Soul of Purity and Light. That's one of the nastiest cards in the game. I mean, not like the nastiest cards, but still a nasty monster. I will instantly use my change of heart on this one to actually summon Jinzo. Come on, Jinzo! Very strong monster. And Gazelle can attack directly. If somehow my Jinzu gets wrecked, I still have Magic Hammer to back up. Even though I cannot activate it, still I can still see some use for it. Soul of Purity and Light. When it's my turn, you know, it has an effect, you know, you can special summon this monster by removing 2 light monsters from your graveyard. And as long as this card remains face up on the field, the attack of all your opponent's monsters get squeezed by 300 points during his or her battle phase. So it's a quite annoying card, but I can actually get over the Soul of Purity Lights. Still have fun and attack more, which is excellent. And she's doing nothing. Also, I still have, you know, clogged up these level 6 or higher monsters. Or level 5 or higher monsters to be more correct. I need to splash in more level 4 monsters and, you know, remove these high level monsters. The ones you have to tribute for it. I'll set this in defense position, and knowing Beaver Warrior, its attack, it's going to be destroyed very easily. And then it's a Kumatoko, which is quite of a bad card. Ooh, Hysteric Fairy. Even Hysteric Fairy has too much attack. Hysteric Fairy is actually also a good card. It's one of my brother's all-time favorite cards. Ooh, I have Fissure in my hand, but I cannot do anything. You know what I can do? I can use Yummy to actually decrease the attack of both monsters. So it's not as strong. You see, this is putting Yummy into good use. And I will summon the Celtic Guardian! I love summoning the Celtic Guardian. She's kinda stalling. Dark Hole. I'm going to get my Dark Hole on my ass. Oh! Well, she's not going to use the Dark Hole just yet. Hopefully I will draw a super strong monster, but it's not going to help. But at least I can destroy the enormous Dark Witch. So is she going to use a Dark Hole? No! What is she waiting for? Oh my god, I have polymerization but cannot use it. I'll set this card and I'll attack with Jinzo. It's Lizard. It's a lizard and a shark, I assume. What? She doesn't use her Dark Hole? What the fuck is she doing? Seriously. What is wrong with her? Why don't you use your Dark Hole? Is she like, you know, trying to do something? Okay, no, she must use her Dark Hole. I'm referring as a him, but that's weird, misgendering people. I'm sorry! But seriously, she should have used her Dark Hole by now. I mean, the AI is actually not hesitant to use their Dark Hole. I will discard my Dark Magician. Seriously, keep... Ishizu is like, you know, the dumbest duelist I've ever seen. She sets her monster and then activates Dark Hole. What in the world is she smoking? And it's a Shining Fairy, oh my god. She is the worst duelist. And no, I'm going to actually finish her off with the fucking Kuribo. What the fuck is she going on? Oh my god, she's like, you know, fucking retard. Excuse my language, but she's basically so stupid. Your power is good, well, your power is weak. Damn, Ishizu, you're fucking dumb. Also, I have Morphing Jar. It's not a Morphing Jar too, but it's actually better because you can actually get pluses out of Morphing Jar because both you and your opponent discard your hands and draw 5 new cards from your respective decks. If you have no cards in your hand, this is actually quite of a saving grace. We have this. The Graceful Charity pack is also one of these special packs when you actually three consecutive duels. And if you do so, you cannot get it, but yeah, you have to then win 3 consecutive duels. So that's why I'm picking the Graceful Charity pack. And we have Judgment! Judgment! Okay, I'm so random today. I think it's because of the coffee. Let's edit our deck. I have so much, you know, good cards. I think I'm going to splash in the Ancient Elf, go with an Appetite. What are we going to splash in more? Let's see. Judgment! We also have some other cards. Morphing Jar. That's one of these good cards. Should I? Or maybe I've... Nah, I should wait on it. Maybe my deck is going to be clogged full of these you know, these cards. I think I'm going to drop a Dark Magician. And I believe I'm going to drop the Kuribo, even though we've won with it. But it's a bit too gimmicky to actually utilize it with Multiply. Scapegoat is actually better. What should we also drop? I mean, there are a lot of good cards in this deck. Baphomet, I wanna hold on to the Baphomet. I don't see a use for Buster Blader. I hold on to Mistress of Black Fate, Chaos, and Dark Magician. So it's more synergized with the cards I have. Even though Ghoul with an Appetite is a zombie type monster, which Yummy does not affect Ghoul with an Appetite, so that's a bit meh. But still a 600 attack beater. Sorry, I was scratching my ear. Let's do... You can also talk with the passengers. I'm actually going to do that. Hey, listen! There was this real low-life duelist who preys on weaker duelists. He's got this sick laugh that sounds something like "Yaw, yaw, yaw." Okay, that's really weird. If you see him, do me a great favor. Beat him. I will kick his ass. And he's not nowhere to be seen. Let's duel Ishizu Ishtar once again. Is he? I hope she's going to be as dumb so I can win, so I can get more cards. Let's draw cards. So my deck is more synergized, even though it doesn't say much. Ooh, I can have an opening play. I feel like change of heart, so I will summon Ancient Elf. It's not a good opening play, but I'm going to try to bait my opponent, and she's using Polymerization, which summons. This is actually a fusion summon. When you actually have both have what's it called? Maiden, the Forgiving Maiden, and marry the fallen one on either on your hand or field, you can actually use polymerization and fusion these two to get a very strong monster on the field. And St. John is very strong. Also, Banisher of the Light. As long as this card remains free, any card that are sent on from the field to the graveyard, or sent to the graveyard actually, so any card that is sent on the field to the graveyard, okay, so I misread that one, is removed from play. So it's actually basically banished. Banished is actually more the appropriate term nowadays. I'm actually going to use Mystical Space Typhoon. It can destroy spell or trap cards. Yeah, it's actually banished due to the effect of Banisher of the Light. And I will use Change of Hearts, go on the battle phase, and then tribute Saint John. John of Orleans or John d'Arc. Yeah, the English call her Joan of Arc. Or John. Joan of Arc. Oui, oui. She's also in Age of Empires. Not the card like, you know, Age of... not like the card as in the, you know, the character. But yeah, Senja is actually a historical figure. I also, what you just saw, I also accidentally pressed the, you know, the speed up button of the emulator. Whoopsies! I will attack with my Dark Magician Girl. Always attack with the stronger monster, so I can attack with the weaker monster. Because you never know. And she doesn't have much of a hand, so I'm not going to use Morphing Jar. This can be quite a doozy. I don't want to use my Morphing Jar. I still have options, so I can use Giant Soldier of Stone to protect me. Also, Marie the Fallen One has, like, you know, the school effect. When this card is actually, as long as this card is in the graveyard, during your standby phase you get 200 life points. So she's actually using this. She's putting that Marie the Fallen to good use. So either way, I either way have to banish it from the graveyard, which is not going to happen since I don't have effects that banish anything in the graveyard. So I must, you know, keep going with the pressure and just summon the Summon Skull. Also, she's using Luminous Spark, which increased the attack of all light monsters by 500, but decreased the defense of all light monsters by 400. So it's actually a good card back at the time. I remember there's like, you know, each element has like these spell cards. I used to play Rising Hard Current. It's for wind monsters, and yeah, my deck was actually quite good for its time. I used a lot of wind monsters, like, you know, Luster Dragon. But Luster Dragon is not in this game. Because if you don't know what Luster Dragon is, it's like a 1900 attack, level 4 beater. And it was just a normal monster, so that's very strong. And I can actually finish her off once again. So yeah. Sleeping Lion, and then it's just enough to go for game. Oh, Ishizu Star is so easy to beat, like, oh my god. She does not predict that I'm the master of disaster. I'm going to pick this one. Ooh, we have total defense, Jogan. Ooh. This can actually attack even if it's in defense position. When this card is normal summoned, it's switched to defense position, so this card can attack without being shifted to attack position. It's one of the very few cards. I don't think there's a card that actually attack from defense position, or at least not back in this time. But yeah, that's a very good card. I would splash him in this deck, in my deck. So hope you guys and gals enjoyed this episode. Leave a comment or like or subscribe and do all this good stuff. And I will see you in the next one. Take care and bye! My voice is actually getting, very scratchy and weird. It's unbelievable.